Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this WNCT Now digital news update. I'm Emily Severidge here in our digital studio. Today, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron will announce the decision over whether to bring charges against police officers involved in the deadly shooting of an unarmed black woman. 26-year-old Breonna Taylor was shot to death in March by Louisville police officers who were carrying out a no-knock search warrant at her home in the middle of the night. Taylor's boyfriend fired shots at officers thinking they were criminals breaking in. Officers returned fire with shots hitting Taylor. One of 3 officers involved in the shooting has been fired. The other 2 are currently on administrative leave. Last week, Taylor's family was awarded $12 million in settlement for a civil lawsuit against the city of Louisville. The settlement also included several police reforms. Louisville officials have been preparing for today's announcements, declaring a state of emergency in the city, blocking many downtown streets, and instituting a curfew beginning at 9 o'clock tonight. That announcement is in from the grand jury. Brett Hankinson, the only officer that was fired, has been indicted on 1 charge for 3 counts of first-degree murder, wanton endangerment. We have some weather for the middle of your week. First Alert meteorologist Alex Waselenko has that forecast for us.
Happy halfway to Friday, everybody. I'm your First Alert meteorologist, Alex Waselenko, reporting from the First Alert Weather Center on this glorious late September fall day. It is very nice outside today with those lighter winds, lots of sunshine, and near seasonable temperatures. Temperatures will continue their rise into the upper 70s and low 80s today, with a few fair weather clouds floating on in. You'll notice our next disturbance, it lies just off to our west. That is what is left over from what was known as Tropical Storm Beta. Beta is now just a remnant low and will continue to work through the deep south late tonight, throwing some extra cloud cover our way by Thursday morning here in eastern North Carolina. As the system continues to weaken and moves east-northeast Thursday into Friday, we'll continue to thicken those clouds overhead, eventually leading to some isolated showers and storms late Thursday night through early Friday morning. As for today, even though the sun will be beaming on down, do keep in mind we still have a coastal flood advisory in effect from the northern Outer Banks all the way down to Carteret, coastal Onslow, Pamlico, and Craven counties. The impacts will include 1 to 2 feet of water inundation due to high surf. Surf along the coast, those seas will average 6 to 9 feet today. That's going to result in some minor flooding possibilities in those light green shaded areas. This coastal flood advisory runs until 4 p.m. this afternoon. Do be sure to track all the latest changes in the tropics and locally by downloading that free First Alert weather app. Your 7-day inland forecast, again talking about building cloud cover Thursday. Showers and storms arrive scattered in fashion by Friday. Those showers and storms will linger into the forecast for Saturday and Sunday, followed by a frontal system arriving during the day on Monday. Through that active stretch of weather, Thursday, Friday, and the upcoming weekend, both inland and coastal communities will see a nice rise in temperatures as we add more humidity to the atmosphere. That humidity is going to help insulate the atmosphere overhead, and that's going to mean warm and humid conditions through the upcoming weekend. Temperatures will be near seasonable averages, though, topping out in the upper 70s and low 80s both Saturday and Sunday. Make it a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and remain weather aware. I'm your First Alert meteorologist, Alex Waselenko.
Stay with us and we'll be right back with some more news after this short break.
Reporters are all across the East and in your neighborhood.
In Tarboro.
In Kinston.
In Greenville.
At Atlantic Beach.
Covering local stories that impact you.
The groundbreaking ceremony is the beginning of construction for Morehead City's 4th City Hall.
People from all over the state of North Carolina gathered at the Sycamore Hill Missionary Baptist Church.
Historic Turnage Theater in Washington helps the community celebrate art and culture.
See their original reporting weekdays on 9 on Your Side News.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severidge here in our digital studio, providing you with some early afternoon updates. WNCT is bringing you live streamed updates every Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. to bring you the latest up-to-date news before our nightly newscast. Thousands of people are expected to pay their respects to the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, now lying in repose outside the Supreme Court building. The longtime running justice died of cancer just last week. She was a women's rights champion, a leader of the court's liberal bloc, and a feminist icon. Ginsburg's casket was moved to the top of the Supreme Court's marble steps, allowing people to pay their respects today and tomorrow. The outdoor viewing is a precaution to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. The court's 8 current justices paid tribute to their late colleague this morning. Ginsburg will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol on Friday. She's the first woman to be honored this way. Ginsburg will be laid to rest next to her husband in a private ceremony at the Arlington National Cemetery next week. Investigators say a father died after trying to save his daughter in the Atlantic surf in Currituck County. Yesterday, emergency responders got a call that 2 swimmers were in distress. Crews pulled out the father and began performing CPR. The man was pronounced dead last night at a Norfolk hospital. His daughter was able to exit the water safely before emergency crews arrived. Currituck officials are telling beachgoers to stay out of the dangerous surf, which is experiencing rip currents because of Hurricane Teddy, hundreds of miles away in the Atlantic Ocean. Red flags are currently being flown at beaches to warn swimmers of the water conditions. Well, that wraps up this WNCT Now early afternoon update. Well, this wraps up this WNCT Now early afternoon update. I'll be back again at 4 with another update for you. Thanks so much for watching.